all the Primes. Welcome to the M.E.L. show. Deep inside one of us, there is an aspiration. That's something that we all want to do. May that be big or small. But somehow, along the line, challenges happen. And when we hear about a story, or an inspiring story, or we read about it, then we get that oomph, something like a voice saying, I gotta do something about it. And this evening, we are here to share with you many inspiring stories. And to help me welcome our first guest, we have Fuzzy right here. Say hello, Fuzzy. Doesn't he look handsome? And he is getting ready for the holidays. What a lovely hat. Fuzzy, let's welcome our first guest. It's actually about a hidden gem in Catalina. And these two partners are actually best friends too. Isn't that great? Yeah. They own a restaurant called It's Greek to Me. It is really the hidden gem. So help me welcome Jimmy Pastore and Jeff Bridge. Come on, Jimmy and Jeff. And I will see you in a little bit. Welcome back. Tonight we are joined by wonderful guests, Jimmy Pastore and Jeff Bridge, the restaurateurs, owners of It's Greek to Me.
Good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm glad you made special time for us here at Access Tucson. And the story or stories that you will share with us this evening will inspire many people. So, Jeff, tell us, what was your background? How did you get into this restaurant business?
Well, let's see. We always had a passion for owning our own restaurant. We met 33 years ago cooking together in a Greek restaurant. And we thought to ourselves, you know, one day we have to do this for ourselves. Then we went down different paths into the, corporate world, if you will. And then kind of came full circle, and here we are. We own a fantastic restaurant.
Yeah, I remember back in 1982, right here in Tucson, we were working down on 4th Avenue. And we worked real closely together, became very, very good friends, were at each other's weddings, and we're in touch for pretty much our whole lives. And we've talked over the years of, someday we're going to go out and have to do that. We're going to have to go have our own restaurant. We got to have the best restaurant in Tucson.
Okay.
And that's kind of what brought us to what happened 17 months ago, is we took over a restaurant up in Catalina and given it a shot.
Okay. So how many years are you now in the restaurant business?
Well, we took over July of last year.
Oh,
so we're almost have completed our first year and a half.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So while you're going through that process, what sort of challenges have you faced?
Well, getting back into the restaurants after, 30 years of being out of restaurants was a big enough challenge. Things have changed over the years, and we've, learning how to, we both know how to cook. I cook a little better than he does. But, we had to, working with hiring and all of the challenges that come with, a different generation of people working for us, because we used to work together at the age now that we have people working for us. So not only do you deal with the food and the customers, but the people that you hire and you employ and you help them earn a living. It's a challenge, but it's a great feeling, because it's not just about us doing the restaurant. It's about everybody that comes into the restaurant to eat, plus the people that work there, how they support their families as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Well, you two were trying to get used to being friends and business partners at the same time. There's got to be some funny stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Well,
You know, Jeff and I, started working together
did that not work?
back in 1982. He was the broiler man. I was the sauté man in the restaurant, and we worked for a very crazy chef. And that was back in the days when, things weren't so subdued in the kitchen with the chef.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Well, it was kind of like Hell's Kitchen 1982 with the guy that we worked with.
Really?
And I can't repeat some of the things that used to come out of his mouth like
I
they
gotcha.
put on television
Okay.
these days. And we really realized that we didn't, we saw what we did, 30 years ago. And we kind of decided that we wanted to do a little bit different because we've had a 30-year span of being in the corporate world, and then decided that, we're going to take everything that we've learned over the last 30 years and try to incorporate that. And we walked into this restaurant and said, where do we buy the food?
Right.
Who turns on the gas? Who turns on the lights? Who pays that bill?
Exactly.
That kind of thing. So those were the challenges of actually running the business and then hiring the people. And so there's some of the stories that we could tell, but probably better not.
Okay.
And for me, I would add that I've dealt with leading people in the corporate world on different programs and projects, and this is a lot different. This is a lot different because you have people who their livelihoods depend on great food, excellent service, which we do provide both. And so that's a little extra challenge as opposed to just, like I said, being in, a big company where you know that everything is going to be okay no matter how well you do.
Right.
You know.
Well, speaking of great food and excellent service, I heard about your great awards. So we actually had the opportunity to visit your restaurant and talk.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is one of our.
Go ahead.
This is our two Best of the Northwest in 2014 awards. Oh, and so right now we're looking at the wine room, which is one of our two dining rooms, and this one has a nice ambience to it. This mural is from Santorini, and this is in our large dining room, and provides a different atmosphere in that it's almost like you're over there in Greece. It can get a little loud, but people have a fun time, and we include belly dancing and stuff like that.
Well, what's interesting is we get people coming in from New York and Chicago and San Francisco. And this is our flaming Saganaki cheese. This is always exciting what happens. We especially like serving the people from the fire department when they come in.
I think this is fun.
Yeah, this is a cheese from Greece that we flame with brandy and put out with lemon and serve with pita bread. It's one of the most popular appetizers that we had in the restaurant.
I'm the executive chef here at It's Greek to Me. First, I'd like to show you a Greek salad. This is our house-made, hand-rolled spanakopita, also served with our tzatziki sauce. And this here, and here we have our house-made baklava. And here we have Alex, our sous chef, slicing some gyro meat made with breadcrumbs, beef, and lamb, and certain spices.
This is just wonderful Greek food. We got the combo appetizer, which had so many wonderful things. I've been to a lot of Greek restaurants, and this has to be the best Greek restaurant outside Greece. It is wonderful.
That is the hidden gem in Catalina, and we definitely invite you to come out and visit. They have the best seafood, and for catering, you can always contact It's Greek to Me. Thank you, Jimmy and Jeff, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You bet.
And hopefully the story that you share will be motivating people.
Yeah, don't ever give up on your dreams.